I could hear everything, but I couldn't move. Not my hands, not my legs, not even my eyelids. Imagine that for a second. You're awake, fully conscious. You can hear every word, every footstep, every breath around you, but your body, completely gone. That was me. My name is Elena Carter. I'm 32 years old, a nurse, someone who has spent years watching patients lie in hospital beds just like this, silent, still, unreachable. I used to wonder what they felt. Now I knew, and I wish I didn't. At first, I thought I was dreaming. There were sounds, beeping machines, muffled voices, the soft hum of something mechanical. My mind felt sharp, alert, but my body refused to respond. I tried to move my fingers. Nothing. Tried to open my eyes. Nothing. Tried to scream. Nothing. Panic hit me like a wave. Cold, suffocating, immediate. Stay calm, I told myself. This has to be temporary. But then, I heard it. No response to stimuli. A man's voice, clinical, detached. Another voice followed. So we're certain. A pause. Yes, it's a coma. A coma? No. No, that didn't make sense. I was thinking, I was hearing, I was here. So why couldn't they see it? Time blurred. Minutes, hours, I couldn't tell. My thoughts became the only thing tethering me to reality. And then something else hit me. The last thing I remembered. I was at home, in the kitchen. Daniel was there, my fiancé. He handed me a drink. We were talking. No, not talking. Arguing. About what? I tried to focus, tried to pull the memory into clarity, but it slipped through my mind like water. All I remembered was the feeling, dizziness, my vision tilting, and then nothing. Footsteps interrupted my thoughts again. Slow. Familiar. My chest tightened. Daniel. Relief flooded me so fast it almost hurt. He was here. He'd help. He'd noticed something was wrong. He had to. The door clicked shut behind him. Silence filled the room. Then he exhaled, a long, heavy sigh. But something about it felt off. Not worried, not scared, just tired. And then he spoke, quietly, calmly, not to me, to someone else in the room. "It's done," he said. A pause. "She's not coming back." My mind went completely still. What did he mean, done? And who was he talking to? Before we continue with this video, please like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for updates. If I was still alive, why did he sound so sure I wasn't? That question echoed in my mind over and over, louder than the machines surrounding me. I focused on every sound, every breath, every tiny detail, because now, listening wasn't just survival, it was the only control I had left. Daniel wasn't alone. There was another voice in the room, older, steady, professional. Dr. Harris. I recognized him immediately. I'd seen him around the hospital before. Calm, respected, the kind of doctor people trusted without question. But something about his tone now, it felt off. "We followed the protocol," Dr. Harris said quietly. Protocol? For cases like this, there's nothing more to be done. Nothing more to be done? My thoughts started racing. That didn't match what I was experiencing. I was here. I was awake. How could they just decide that? Daniel shifted closer. I could feel his presence, his shadow. And then, right next to my ear, in a voice so soft it almost sounded gentle, he whispered, "You should have trusted me, Elena." Everything inside me froze. Trusted you? With what? That's when it hit me. This wasn't an accident, not a random collapse, not some sudden medical condition. No, something had been done to me. And the worst part, the person I trusted most might be the reason I was lying here, trapped inside my own body. I forced myself to think, to stay sharp. Panic wouldn't help me now. Pieces of memory started sliding into place. The kitchen, the argument, Daniel's voice, tight, controlled. You don't understand how important this is. Important? At the time, I thought it was work, stress, something temporary. But now? Now, I remembered the glass he handed me. Drink this. You need to calm down. I hesitated, just for a second, because something about his expression felt wrong. Not angry, not emotional, just empty. And then everything after that blurred into dizziness, weakness, and darkness. And now I was here, unable to move, while he stood over me talking about timelines and paperwork. If that wasn't enough to send chills through you, ask yourself this. Why was he so calm? Why wasn't he fighting for me? Why wasn't he begging the doctors to save me? Because he already knew the outcome. Because this was the outcome. Footsteps interrupted my thoughts again. Lighter this time. Faster. A new presence in the room. "Hi, Elena," a soft voice said. A woman. Gentle. Careful. "I'm Maya. I'll be checking on you tonight." Relief flickered inside me. Someone new. Someone who didn't sound detached. As she adjusted something near me, I focused everything on her. Please, please notice something. Anything. Her hand brushed lightly against my arm. And suddenly, beep. The monitor spiked. Just a little, but it was there. Maya paused. "That's interesting," she murmured. Hope exploded inside me. Yes, yes, I'm here! I pushed again, harder this time, forcing every ounce of awareness into that single connection. Beep, beep. Another spike. Stronger. Maya's tone shifted now, more alert. "Elena, can you hear me?" "Yes!" I screamed it in my mind, over and over. "Yes, yes, yes!" The monitor reacted again. Maya inhaled sharply. Okay, that's not random. For the first time since I woke up like this, someone believed something was wrong. But hope didn't last long. The door opened again. Dr. Harris.
"What's going on?" he asked, his voice sharp. Maya explained quickly, pointing out the monitor changes, the responses. A pause. Then a quiet chuckle. "Involuntary reflex," he said dismissively. "It happens." My heart dropped. No, that's not true." "But," Maya started. "I said it's a reflex," Dr. Harris cut in, firmer now. "Don't overcomplicate things." Silence. Heavy. Uncomfortable. Maya didn't sound convinced, but she stepped back. "Yes, doctor," she said quietly. And just like that, my only lifeline was slipping away. Hours later, the room filled with tension again. Voices raised, urgent. Maya and Dr. Harris. "You're missing something," Maya insisted. "Her responses are consistent." "I told you to drop it," Dr. Harris snapped. Drop it? Why would he want her to stop looking closer? Unless... A new voice entered the conversation. Daniel. Impatient. Irritated. "How much longer is this going to take?" he asked. Take? Dr. Harris lowered his voice, but I still heard it. "Soon. We're preparing to withdraw support." Everything inside me shattered. Withdraw support? No! No! And then Daniel said something that confirmed every fear I had been trying to deny. Good, he muttered. Once the machines are off, there's nothing tying this back to us. Us? Not him. Us. My world went cold. They weren't waiting for me to die. They were planning it. I had to fight, or I was going to die listening to my own murder being planned. That thought didn't just scare me, it ignited something, a spark. Because if I gave up now, they would win, and no one would ever know the truth. So I focused, not on the fear, not on Daniel, not on the voices, on my body. Somewhere in there, it had to still be mine. Maya came back later that night, quieter this time, careful, like she wasn't supposed to be there. "I don't think you're gone," she whispered. Those words hit me harder than anything else so far. She believed me. Or at least, she doubted them. And right now, that was enough. "I'm going to try something, okay?" she said softly. Okay. I gathered everything I had, every thought, every ounce of awareness, and waited. If you can hear me, I want you to react when I ask a question. A pause. Think of it like this. If the answer is yes, try to respond. Anything at all. Yes. Yes, I can do that. Is your name Alina? I pushed. Hard. Beep. The monitor spiked. Maya sucked in a breath. Okay. Okay. Her voice trembled slightly now. Are you in pain? I pushed again. Beep. Stronger. Faster. That's not random, she whispered. No, it's not. I wanted to cry, scream, thank her, but all I could do was keep fighting. She continued, carefully, testing. Every yes question, my heart reacted. Every no question, nothing. The pattern was clear, undeniable, and Maya knew it. Oh my God, she breathed. For the first time since this nightmare began, I wasn't alone anymore. But that also meant something else. Danger. Because if Maya figured it out, so could they. And they wouldn't let that happen. The next morning, everything shifted. Voices sharper, movements faster. Maya had said something, reported something. I could feel it. Dr. Harris entered the room, his usual calm replaced with tension. We need to proceed today, he said quietly. Today? No. Daniel was there too. You said a few days, he snapped. I'm adjusting the timeline. It's safer. Safer? For who? My thoughts raced. They were speeding things up. Because of Maya. Because of me. Because they were starting to lose control. That night, everything reached a breaking point. The room was dark. Silent. Then the door opened. Daniel. Alone. His footsteps were slow. Measured. He stood beside me for a long moment without speaking. Then he exhaled. You made this difficult, he said quietly. Difficult? I didn't want it to go this way. Then why did it? But you forced my hand. Forced? He leaned closer, so close I could almost feel his breath. It had to be done. Done? Like I was a task, a problem, something to eliminate. And in that moment, something inside me snapped. not emotionally. Physically. A surge. A flicker. A break in the silence between my mind and my body. My finger twitched. Just slightly. Barely noticeable. But it happened. And Daniel? He didn't see it. But somewhere, someone else did. Across the hall, watching the monitor feed, Maya froze. Because she saw it. Proof. I wasn't gone. I was still here. And now, someone else knew it. I wasn't gone, and now they couldn't pretend I was. Everything moved fast after that. Too fast for Daniel, too fast for Dr. Harris. But finally, fast enough to save me. The moment Maya saw my finger move, she didn't hesitate. She didn't second-guess herself this time. She acted. Within minutes, she escalated the situation beyond Dr. Harris, straight to hospital administration. And that changed everything. New doctors came in, specialists, people who hadn't been part of whatever was happening before. Tests were repeated, scans reanalyzed, assumptions questioned. And then, the truth surfaced. Not a coma, not brain damage. Locked-in syndrome. I was fully conscious the entire time, aware, thinking, hearing, trapped inside a body that refused to respond. But that wasn't the worst part. The toxicology report came back. There were traces of a rare sedative in my system. Not something you'd accidentally ingest. Not something that just appears. Something administered. Deliberately. And suddenly, everything connected. The drink, the collapse, Daniel's calm voice, the timeline, the plan. It wasn't a medical tragedy. It was attempted murder. The investigation that followed was swift and brutal. Daniel had taken out a large life insurance policy on me just months before my death, a policy that would pay out significantly in the event of my death. And Dr. Harris, he had access, authority, control over my diagnosis. Together, they built a narrative, a sudden condition, a hopeless case, a quiet ending. No suspicion, no questions. Except they didn't account for one thing, me. And they definitely didn't account for Maya. When I finally regained partial movement, my eyes first, it felt like breaking through the surface after drowning. The first time I communicated, it wasn't with words. It was a board. Letters. Slow. Painful. One by one. I heard everything. Daniel was in the room when I spelled it out. I'll never forget his face. The color draining, the panic setting in, the realization hitting him all at once. I knew. Everything. He was arrested within hours. No denial, no way out. Dr. Harris lost his license just as quickly, and soon after, his freedom. The investigation continued. Protocols were rewritten, staff questioned, systems changed. And Maya? She stayed. Not just as the nurse who saved me, but as